Please, my name is Jessica and welcome to Makeup.misfit. And I am here with the very first update for Pan That Palette in Order. I am going to just say I definitely have not been doing as good as I did last year, but this year I am working on the Kaleidos Futurism 3 Astro Pink palette. Now, at the first update last year, I had already had like 3 or 4 pans. I'm still technically working on the very first shade in this palette, which is the blue one right here, but I have come to realize that I'm not a big fan of this shade. I kind of already knew that coming into this project, deciding to pull this palette in to work on, but I wanted to give it a good opportunity to see how I was really going to feel about it, because prior to working on the palette in this project, I think I probably only reached for the shade once, maybe twice. So I figured this was a good way to really get some use on it, see how I actually truly feel about it, and then like fully make a decision at that point. And I'm still not liking it. I think the issue with this shade is it just, for me anyways, it doesn't show up the way that I was hoping. It's a beautiful shade in pan, but I find like on myself, it doesn't really translate to what it looks like in the pan on my eyes, and I end up being really disappointed with it. Maybe if I try to pack it on as a shimmer all over the lid, but I feel like it might be a little bit too deep for me to actually enjoy that. So I have not tried it that way yet, but I have tried to use this a couple of other ways. So this is what it's looking like right now. I do feel like I'm close to pan. However, I don't know how deep these pans actually are. So even though I don't have pan today, I do feel like I will have pan for the next update. But like I said, I have worn this a couple different ways. Today, I'm actually wearing it on my lower lash line a little bit, just ever so slightly. You can kind of see a little bit of depth right here on both eyes. But I really did go over it with a lighter brown matte to really blend it out, because I feel like it just really darkens up my lower lash line a little bit too much. I wore it this way probably a few days ago, and I don't think I really blended it out with anything over top of it, and it was just a little too dark for me. I do have small eyes, so I feel like a darker lower lash line really isn't always the best option for me. So today I went in with like I said, a lighter brown matte and just tried to blend it out a little bit, just to still give me a little something, a little bit of usage, but you really can't tell that I'm actually wearing it. The other way that I have worn this is on the lid, but in the outer corner. That's sorry, that's actually how I was wearing it this morning. I dipped into this pan with a different brush, hoping that it would help me hit pan. Obviously, it did not, but I was trying to wear it in the outer corner, and I found that there was just so much fallout that I didn't really notice it at first, and it was kind of subtle, but like all around the sides of my nose here was basically blue. Like it almost had to be at a certain angle to be able to see it, but at the same time, I could still see it no matter what. It was kind of strange, but I just had like this subtle blue just coming down beside my nose, and I was like, I was putting it all the way up here, so how it managed to get down there, I couldn't tell you. But I know I won't be wearing it that way anymore. Maybe I will try to pack it onto the lid and see if I can throw something lighter on top of it to kind of lighten it up a little bit, and maybe that will help me hit pan. But I do think that I am getting there. There is a nice dip going on in it. I just feel like I'm not quite there yet, but I will have pan for the next update. Then moving on to the next shade, which technically I'm not supposed to hit pan on until after I have pan in this shade right here. We know that I'm not working on this shade at all. I have worn this a couple of times, not very often. And to be completely honest, I think because I'm not a fan of this shade, I really haven't been wearing it all of the time either. I don't track my usages for this, so I'm not sure how many times I have used this. Now that I think about it, I did track usages last year for this project, but I haven't been doing it for this shade or even this shade here right now. So I might not do that for this project this year. I honestly didn't even think about it. But I think because I'm not a fan of this, I definitely wasn't trying to reach for it every day or as often as I could. I was just kind of reaching for it here and there. So definitely not as many uses as I could have on this shade right now. I probably could have had pan if I reached for it a little bit more, but we will get there for the next update. And then, like I said, this one, I have started using it a little bit. You can see, maybe you can see some usage in there. I did wear this just in the outer corner the couple of times that I have worn it, and I think that's how I'm going to continue to wear it. I do think because it's a matte, it's going to take me a little bit longer to hit pan in it. So even though I will have pan in here for the next update and I will start to focus on this one a little bit more, I don't know if I'm going to have pan in this for the March update. It might be April. We'll have to see how it goes. I knew this one was going to be tougher just because it is a little bit of a deeper shade and it is a matte. But after I hit pan in here, like I said last month at the intro, these 3 shades are going to be absolutely nothing to actually work through. I'm sure I'm going to hit pan on this so quick because I absolutely love this shade. And then these 2 mattes are just really easy to use and I can throw them into the crease as a transition or my actual crease shade. Easy peasy and be done with them. This one already has a little bit of a dip. Not very much, but a very, very slight dip in it. So by the time I get, through this shade, these 3 aren't going to take me long at all. So it is going to be a few more months for sure. But that's okay. We'll have to see how it goes. So I'm just going to continue to focus in on this shade right here. And I'm hoping for the next update that I can actually have pan in it. And then I will focus on this one a lot more. But with Valentine's Day being around the corner, the rest of February into March, I like wearing the purpley pink mauve tones. So I will be happy to use this. I'll definitely be reaching into this shade more than I have this one. So we'll just have to see how it goes. But that is pretty much my update. It is not super exciting, but that's okay. We will get through this palette this year for sure. And I'm really excited to see how long it's actually going to take me to do that. And if it does happen to take me all year, oh well, that's okay. I don't mind that either. As long as I can actually have pan and everything in that palette, because it's been one that's just been put off to the side and definitely deserved to be used a little bit more. So that is it for now. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And that's it. I gotta get ready for work. So I will see you guys later. Bye.